Alright, first I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakotash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I truly do well. Peace and blessings goes out to the brethren throughout the four corners of this world that push this word in all sincerity and without diligence. This is your brother Matsana here once again from one of the Great Millstone camps in Trinidad. And I'm just gonna do a lesson on the current state of affairs, within Babylon the Great, where we have the new president, DJ Trump, coming in and, getting the ball rolling immediately, with his draconian ways, his draconian measures, and the laws and such that he would put in place, tariffs, all these things that he would execute, to make the lives of, Jake harder, the lives of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans harder. And I'm just gonna play a couple of videos here, to show you people how they're ranting right now. Because things definitely gonna get hard, and it's not just gonna have an effect on Jake, it's gonna have an effect on Edom as well, and you're gonna see that. And that is when we know that this kingdom is fallen, because for an Edomite in his kingdom to be going through it, that means things circling the drain. And these things are happening are things that starting from the apostles and even the elders back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, come up till this time. We've been warning you all about how this place is going to become when the Lord is about to return, especially, Babylon the Great. But you took no heed, took no warning. Instead, you choose to scoff and to mock and say America will never fall and things will never get so bad and the American economy is the strongest in the world and blah, 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 blah. And guess what? You're about to see the real beast for who he is. You'll read this precept here, read a couple of precepts and then play the videos. This is Isaiah 31 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many. And that is something that people even down here, you have Jakes down here in Trinidad that will leave Trinidad, with the thought or with the idea that they go into Babylon, for a better life, because they've been deceived into thinking that that is the land of the brave, the free, and the bold, and the land of opportunity and such and such. They could live the American dream, and they could, have a great future, and they could set up wealth, and they could, leave an inheritance for the kids. So they trust in Egypt. They watch the military might, they watch the strength of the dollar, and they say, well, this is the place to be. They didn't choose to serve the Lord. They choose to leave here when here get hard, to go across there to make a life over there. So basically what they're saying is that they rather trust in their philosophies than to turn to the Lord. It says and in horsemen, because they are very strong. It goes back to their military might. America could just go and take over the wealth of any nation, using their military might, using their military strength. That is what makes them number one in the world. That is what makes their dollar so strong, because they control the market. Well, now the tide's turning, so it's a bit different now. To have nations standing up to them, beginning with Russia and China, and then their lesser allies. It says, because they are very strong, but they look not unto it, the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Yet he is also wise. So like, yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but he will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. See, in your wickedness, you bask in your wickedness, you glory in your wickedness, and you think that, everything gonna be honky-dory, everything gonna work out fine, because they believe in this world. They believe that, hey, the Lord not gonna come back. The scriptures say, they say that the Lord will neither do good nor evil. Scriptures even say, one to them that are settled on their lease. In Habakkuk, verse 3 says, now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall long, and they shall all fail together. So both the helper and the one receiving the help, they're gonna all fail together, because the Lord is the one that bringing down this place. The Lord is the mastermind behind the destruction of Babylon the Great, not Xi Jinping or not Vladimir Putin. Is the Most High, is the one that take down, set up kings and take down kings. So let's jump to play a couple of the videos here. Start with this one.
Somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying right fucking now. Because what the fuck do you mean that I'm not gonna get my fucking SNAP benefits? What the fuck do you mean? Because what the fuck is happening? Do you understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you understand there are people like me?
You see, and there's a next thing too. The scriptures, just know, the scriptures. That is in the next chapter. Isaiah 32 verse 9. It says, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. So the Lord say, rise up, you that are at ease. Who make them at ease? Esau make them at ease. Esau put them on a pedestal. Esau gave them grants. Esau gave them benefits. Esau gave them the luxury of fighting a man in court and winning, without fair hearing. So they become at ease. They believe that they are above a man. They believe that a man should bow down to them. A man should serve them. Everything a man does is to make them happy. So they became at ease. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye woman that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless one, strip you and make you bear, gird you good sackcloth upon your loins, they shall amend for the teats, for the fruitful vine. So DJ, take away several federal funding, which include their benefits to to feed their children, probably pay their rent, or the mortgage or whatever that the case is. The different assistance where the government would usually help them out. So now they're uneasy. But we were warning about this a very long time ago. But we did in the NLT, it says in a short time, verse 10, in a short time, just a little more than a year, you careless ones will suddenly begin to care. Whoa. It says you careless ones will suddenly begin to care, for your fruit crops will fail, and the harvest will never take place. Yeah, the fruit crops now they ain't physically planting crops or vegetation. That represents, the food stamps, the groceries. Again, as I said before, the benefits that the government would help them with, where they could go and swipe a card, and receive groceries, and pay their rent and send the kids to school. Scriptures say, for your fruit crops will fail, meaning that it's not gonna come in. What you're looking forward to, it's not gonna come in. And the harvest will never take place. It says, tremble, you woman of ease. Throw off your complacency. Strip off your pretty clothes and put on burlap to show your grief. Beat your breast in sorrow for your bountiful farms and your fruitful grapevines. So
People
that's
like
the
me
time
who
that
have
we are
kids
in.
who cannot eat. Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat? Because SNAP benefits is all we fucking get. I need somebody to please fucking tell me he's lying. I can't.
And who would want to run to help them now? Who would want to run to depend on now? The man, the same man that they say they don't need, or they are independent, they don't need a man. They can make without a man. And she just lazy. They have those with the degrees. They are the ones that very strong minded and say, well, they have their job, they have their career, they don't really need a man. But guess what? When they become fucking unemployed, when they start a mass retrenchment of workers, sending home workers from the jobs, then reality gonna hit them. This place is about to fall. This place is not a safe haven to run to. The scriptures say the safe haven. We got our scripture. This is the safe haven. Scripture, Proverbs 18 and verse 10, it says, the name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run it into it and is safe. Read it in the NLT, that the name of Yahweh is a strong fortress. The godly run to him and are safe. That is a safe haven. Not a degree. You feel like the degree could save you in that time? You feel like the degree or some career or some finances or a pension plan or how much money I have saved could save in these times? Nothing gonna
We
be
have
able to
breaking news
save you in
right
these
now.
times.
United States Senator Ron Wyden from Oregon says that his staff has officially confirmed reports that Medicaid portals are now down in all 50 states following the federal government's decision to implement a federal funding freeze. Essentially, the Medicaid payment system is no longer operable in all 50 states, according to this Oregon senator. This comes as the White House is refusing to comment whether or not Medicaid will be impacted by the federal funding freeze. Medicaid is a critical government-funded program that millions of Americans rely on. That program is coming to a complete halt at 5 p.m. and it really already has over this federal funding freeze. And it potentially.
You see? The things that they know you rely on, they're taken away. The things that you rely on, they are taken away. The Jeremiah 17 and verse 5. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and make it flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So it depends upon Esau, and look where it is get. Esau is not some. Hey, what the scripture say? Look at that in. Look at that in Sirach. Sirach 12 and 10, it says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. You know what I mean? You know, iron does turn into rust. The original state of iron is rust, and what it does how to do that is how to put a coating over it to keep it from rusting. But let it be exposed to the elements of the air, and it's gonna return to rust. And that is who Esau is. That is his natural state. He have to dress himself and coat himself with a mask in order to look good. But that is not who he is. He's not a good man. The scriptures say, never trust him. No matter how he plaster himself, no matter how he put that coating on himself, he will return to his rust, to his wickedness. I know you people are going to see it. I know you people are going to see it because as the scriptures say in Revelation 12, we got that real quick as well. Revelation 12 and 12, it says, therefore you rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knew that he had but a short time. So you're going to come down with great draconian measures. You're going to bring down, you're going to enforce his laws, you're going to enforce whatever the hell you want to enforce, because he know that, hey, the fat lady about to sing. And when the fat lady sing, it's over.
Potentially could only get worse with more government programs on the chopping block, including childcare, healthcare, food inspections, and so much more. I did a full breakdown on all of the federal programs that could be impacted on my Substack, linked in my bio. I will continue to provide you updates throughout the day as we get more information, so be sure to follow along for all the news you need to know about, both on here and my other social platforms linked in my bio.
Isaiah 36 and 5, it says, I say, sayest thou, but they are but words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust, that thou rebellest against me? Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed, on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. It's a broken reed. You know? You can't lean upon a broken reed. When you put your weight on it, when you really depending on it for it to hold you up, that's the time you're gonna break and they're gonna pierce you in the side. The scripture says you're gonna pierce you, go into your hand. And that is what these people now realizing. Ha ha ha. Them is mad, man. Like them men in dresses. Look how long they're preaching and up to now it didn't happen. And the city war gonna end so and so, and it didn't happen. And they say America will fall, but it can never fall. You have no such thing as never with the Most High. And the next thing to the Most High prophesied that this place is gonna fall. So you have no way you could beat that, you could trump that, you could avoid that. Look at our precept. Like Micah 2 and verse 3 says, therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. That family is Edom. And this time that family is Edom, Esau, Edom. Say you're not going to remove your necks. It's like, you know, he pin your head down on the ground with his foot standing over you, and you have a bow and arrow to your head. You think you're gonna miss when you can't evade? You can't evade from the, you can't run from the Most High. King David said, I say, when I'm in hell, you're there. If you go into the depths of the sea, the Most High there. They can't run from the Most High. Go play this last video here.
The reality is that some states are already reporting that funds have been frozen. Head Start was frozen in Michigan. Access to child development block grants were frozen in Maryland. At least 20 states have been frozen out of their Medicaid reimbursement systems, including New York. And in one state, it was reported that they were blocked out of their child support enforcement, and they cannot draw down on these funds. Here in New York, we rely upon these critical services throughout our state, and these funds support health care in rural and underserved communities.
All right, so what do you think gonna happen now? That these people, a lot of these people, no longer gonna be able to afford basic food items, or health care, or be able to purchase medicine for their sicknesses. What do you think gonna happen when people could no longer afford to buy food? You're gonna have a total chaos because they're gonna try to get it regardless. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. It says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. I'm going to read in the NLT. In all history, there has never been such a time of terror. It will be a time of trouble for my people Israel, yet in the end they will be saved. So prepare, you people. I know you can't prepare your minds now because you don't have the spirit of the Lord, but just be ready for the shit that's gonna take place very soon. And for the men of the Lord, for the men that been believing and preaching this from ever since, that's holy faith, because the Lord gonna deliver us whether we live or we die. Regardless of the state that we are in, whether we live or we die, the Lord gonna deliver us from all these evils. Say not, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your labor of love towards his name, and he's not unfaithful. See? So the Most High gonna bring his judgment upon these people for their wickedness. Because that is where the judgment is for. That is where all this gonna be for. All these things that are gonna take place very soon is for the wickedness that in the land. It's not because the Lord has allowed it to happen. No, it's because of your wickedness. And when you were told about it, you say, when you go to judge you, well, when the Most High judge, you don't turn to him to beg for mercy and say, if I did know, and if I had known, I would do. No. You had known. You knew. Let me read this last precept. It's Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30 and verse 1. It says, Woe to the rebellious children, say the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. For his princes who had Zoan and his ambassadors came to Hanes. They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor be an help, nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach. Read from verse 3 going down. It says, but by trust in Pharaoh you will be humiliated, and by depending on him you will be disgraced. For though his power extends to Zoan and his officials have arrived at Hanes, all who trust in him will be ashamed. He will not help you. Instead, he will disgrace you. And that is mainly to you Israelites that trust in the same fucking man that oppressed and exploited and had your people under hardcore bondage for centuries. But now, because he tell you he changed, you believe he changed, and now you're supposed to love him and forgive him. Fuck you and them. And that is why judgment that taking place now upon you, Jakes, may the Lord continue it and destroy you all. You scoffers and all you mockers and all you that took our words, and laugh at it and scoff and make comedy outside and make TikTok videos outside. May the Lord destroy all of you niggers, and you too, you Edomites. Your destruction and your peril and your grief starts on this side, because in the kingdom it's gonna be at 1,000,000 times worse. So with that, I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double unto the apostles and the elders, a great mercy that truly do well. Peace and blessings unto the Akim, through the four corners of this world. I continue to push the word in all sincerity, with all diligence. This is your brother Martin, and saying stay strong